Today, we're going to dive into a framework called Grit. It's designed to seriously speed up how we build web apps, especially when AI is part of the picture. Look, if you're a full-stack dev, you absolutely know this pain. You've got your awesome Go backend, you've got your slick Next.js front end, and then you have this mountain of tedious work just to get them to talk to each other properly. It's time-consuming, it's repetitive, and let's be honest, it's where a ton of bugs love to hide. But what if you could just skip most of that? And that's exactly the problem Grit is here to solve. So what is this thing, really? Let's break down what it means to be a full-stack meta framework. Okay, that's a mouthful, so let's unpack it. Grit calls itself a meta framework because it's built on top of other amazing frameworks, Go for the backend and Next.js for the front. It's opinionated, which is a good thing. It means it makes smart decisions for you, giving you a clear, super fast path to get things done. And that AI-assisted part, that means it's built in a way that AI tools can easily understand your code and help you write more of it faster. And when you look under the hood, wow, it's a powerhouse of modern tech. The backend is screaming fast with Go, the Gin web framework, and GORM talking to your database. Up front, you've got the latest from Next.js and React. But the real magic is how it handles shared data types between them, using Zod and TypeScript, all neatly organized in a single Turborepo. This is a seriously solid foundation to build on. So, how does Grit actually save you all that time you'd spend gluing things together? Well, the answer, the secret sauce, is its command line interface. Think of it like a developer's spellbook for conjuring up huge parts of your application instantly. It all starts with this one simple line. You run grit new my app, and you're not just getting a new folder. Oh no, it scaffolds out a complete project for you. We're talking the Go API, a Next.js web app, a totally separate Next.js admin panel, a shared package for your types, all the Docker files, all the environment files. Everything is set up and ready to run from second one. But this command, grit generate resource, this is the real star of the show. This is the core of Grit's magic. With just this one command, you can build out an entire full-stack feature. Here, for example, we're defining a product with its name, a price, and an image. Now let's see what that one line of code actually does for us. Because that one command doesn't just create a file or two. No way. It generates code across your entire stack. I mean, from the deepest layer of your database all the way up to the pixels on the screen in your user interface. Okay, check this out. That single command created your Go model and the database migration file. It wrote the Go handler for your API requests and the service for your business logic. It registered all the API routes for you. Then it generated a Zod schema for validation, shared TypeScript types to keep your front-end backends in sync, a React query hook to fetch the data on the front end, and it built an entire fully functional create, read, update, delete page in your admin panel. All of it wired up and working. This takes a process that would normally be hours, maybe even days of manual coding and condenses it down to literally seconds. But what about complex stuff like database relationships? That's got to be hard, right? Nope. Grit makes this incredibly simple. You just generate the parent model first, say a category. Then, when you generate the child model, like a post, you just add a field with this special syntax, category_ID, uint, fk, category. The CLI sees that FK for foreign key, and it just handles everything. And it's so smart about it. For a belongs to relationship, it automatically gives you a nice searchable dropdown in the admin UI. For a many-to-many relationship, defined with that M2M tag, it generates a multi-select input. The big takeaway here is that the CLI isn't just writing backend code, it's also building an intelligent, user-friendly UI to manage all these relationships for you. Beyond just generating code, Grit wants you to be production ready from the moment you type Grit new. It comes with a whole set of features or batteries included, so you're not spending your first week just setting up performance and security basics. And this list is pretty impressive. You automatically get gzip compression, which makes your app feel way faster. You get sensible database connection pooling, there's a built-in system for secure file uploads, a Redis-backed queue for background jobs, API caching, even a web application firewall and rate limiting. These are all the things you should have, but usually have to build or configure yourself. Let's just put a real number on one of those. That built-in gzip compression, it'll typically shrink your JSON API responses by 60 to 80%. On an endpoint that sends a lot of data, that is a massive reduction in bandwidth and a very noticeable speed up for your users. Here's another one that's a total lifesaver, but often gets overlooked. Grit pre-tunes your database connection pool. This is huge. It stops your app from opening a bazillion connections and crashing your database when you get a lot of traffic. It's a lesson a lot of us have had to learn the hard way in production. With Grit, it's just handled. Now, because Grit is so powerful and automated, it does have some strict rules you've got to follow. This is a direct quote from the documentation, and it's a big one. The framework injects code at specific markers in your files. If you go in and delete those markers, you break the magic CLI. It's just a reminder that with this kind of power comes an opinionated structure you need to respect. All right, so you're sold and you want to get started. How do you actually run this thing? Well, Grit gives you some nice flexibility for your local dev environment because they know not everyone has a super-powered machine or wants to run Docker all the time. You've basically got two choices. The default is Docker. One command, Docker Compose up, and your database, your cache, your file storage, it's all running locally. Easy. But if your laptop sounds like a jet engine when you run Docker, or you just prefer cloud services, there is another way. You can connect your local project to a bunch of free tier cloud services instead. And this is what that no Docker stack looks like. All of these services, Neon for your database, Upstash for Redis, Cloudflare R2 for storage, and Resend for email, they all have super generous free tiers that are more than enough for development. You just grab the credentials, plug them into your environment file, and you can run the whole stack without a single Docker container spinning on your machine. You know, when it comes down to it, Grit is all about removing friction. It automates all the boring, repetitive plumbing of full-stack development. And that frees you up to focus on the unique, creative business logic that actually makes your application special. So the real question the framework is asking you is, are you ready to build and ship a whole lot faster? If the answer is yes, then getting started is literally just one command away. You can install the Grit CLI directly with Go and start building your next great idea today.